Yeah, I've been ranking local businesses on Google since 2010. I built a seven-figure business doing just that. Now, 2025 is completely different from what worked in 2023 to rank local businesses. Google has changed the rules, and 95% of all local businesses and agencies, they don't know. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact new system that I'm using at my agency to hit the top 3 in Google Maps in weeks, not months. Now you can rank your local business with AI tools doing most of the work. Best yet, our all-new method makes sure your rankings turn into real customers. When I see all these local businesses using 2017 methods, spammy citations, posting endless blog posts, and it used to be all that content could get you ranked, but the truth is, it doesn't work anymore. Since 2023, Google has rolled out one big algorithm update almost every few months. Even the last one was in August 2025. So what's changed? Hey, ChatGPT. It changed everything. Let me explain. With ChatGPT, it became really, really easy to create content for websites. So Google saw all these local businesses publishing a ton of content using ChatGPT. So Google changed the algorithm. Today, content alone won't get your business ranked anymore. So if you're paying for blog posts in 2025, you're getting ripped off. You have to stop blogging right now. Wait, stop. You guys need to know this about me. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. Truth is, I grew up in a trailer park grade. I was put in remedial reading in third grade. I'm telling you this because if I can turn my local service business into a seven-figure exit, so can you. Here's the truth. I didn't even have a website. I was almost bankrupt. Then I learned how to build one that Google really trusts. I got on the map pack. Then I did it again and again. You know, people always ask me about these books behind me. Fake. That's not a green screen. That's not one of those fake backgrounds. Robert Caldini, Ogilvy, Halbert, Dan Kennedy, Russell Brunson, Alex Hormozy. Hundreds of books on marketing in Google. I read all of them. That's my college. I read all of them so you don't have to. I studied Google Maps so you don't have to. All you need to do is watch these videos. You'll get your business on Google Maps. You get your phone to ring off the hook. Two things no one else will tell you, but I will, because you need to know. Google doesn't trust your local business. You see, with all these updates, Google's looking for better trust signals than just your content. The problem with 99% of all businesses I see is that Google doesn't trust your business. The way you ranked in 2017 or 2023 just doesn't work anymore. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to make sure that Google trusts your business and puts you on the map pack. The good thing, this isn't crazy stuff you need to do. But if you don't do it and do it right, you're not going to get your business on Google Maps. The second thing people won't tell you is that it's not your website that gets your business on the map pack. It's your Google business profile. That's my specialty. That's how I made my business into a seven-figure business and then sold it. I'll do the same for your business. Hey, here's how to get your Google business profile on Google Maps. Don't skip any steps, because if you miss any of them, then your business just isn't going to rank. If you do it right, then your business will get calls and customers. Now, I always start with Google reviews. We call this our smile review system. We use smile stands, smile requests, that just sends out texts and emails, smile cards. Hey, these are all branded, they're personal with your photo on it and your client's name on it. It's amazing how fast you're going to get these reviews. But you don't have to do it our way. But you always have to start with Google reviews. That's the fastest way to get trust, the fastest way to get conversions. So why start with reviews first? Because when I get your business on the map pack on Google Maps, and if you do what I tell you to do, you're going to get there fast. But if you don't have Google reviews, when you get on Google Maps, no one's going to call you. So also, consistent reviews. It's not the total number of reviews that helps you get ranked. It's consistent reviews. Now, the total number of reviews is going to help you get calls, but the consistent reviews is what's going to help you rank. It's a big trust signal to Google. Your business is getting consistent reviews. This isn't hard. You send out personalized texts and emails to your list with a name on it and your photo. It's personal, it gets reviews. Our smile stands work, our smile cards work. They get you a lot of reviews fast and, most important for ranking purposes, consistently. Step 2 is what I call the trust kickstart. This is where you make Google trust your Google business profile. Once the trust signals are in place, ranking becomes fast and predictable. So, I want to back up. Don't do anything. Don't touch your Google business profile. Don't go to your Google business profile. Don't do anything in Google business profile until you do this trust kickstart. Okay? So, part 1. Okay? This is the cool thing about almost all this stuff. It's free and it works. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do this stuff. You just got to do it. So, let's go to your social media. You need a business Facebook, business Instagram, a LinkedIn, a Twitter, and YouTube. You're going to say, why do I need all that stuff? It's not going to get you business. Well, probably won't get you business. That is, I have some clients that get business from Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, but that's not why you're doing it. You're doing it because you get a link from your Facebook or your Instagram, or your LinkedIn, your Twitter, or YouTube back to your website. That's a huge trust signal to Google. You have to have it. Don't skip this step, people. Don't skip it. All legitimate businesses have social media. So you put a link back from your social media site back to your homepage, and Google sees that, and that's a huge trust signal. Okay, I recommend you do that before you do any edits to your Google Business Profile. Part 2, it's called NAP, name, address, and phone number. Now, you always start your Google Business Profile. Let's assume your Google Business Profile address is correct. Okay? That trumps everything else. So however your address is listed on the Google Business Profile, that's what you want everywhere. It's got to match everywhere. Letter for letter, character for character. If it says the symbol number on it instead of suite, that's what you got to go with everywhere else, including your website. Okay? 95% of local businesses screw this up. I know this will sound crazy. You're going to say, but my address is the same. It's not the same. ROAD is different from RD. Okay? It's different. It's got to match exactly. So whatever address is listed in your Google Business Profile, assuming that's correct, that's got to go everywhere, including your website, including what's called Part 3, what I'm going to talk about, your super citations. Your Yelp, your Mantra, your Yellow Pages, and the super citations are the ones that you typically require verification. Bing for Business, Apple Maps, that sort of thing. Okay, so you want to have all your super citations, you want to have all your citations with the correct NAP on it. Again, these are all trust signals to Google that you have a legitimate business. And tell you what, this is not hard. It doesn't cost you money to do that stuff. Part 4 of the Trust Kickstart is what I call making sure your homepage is aligned with your Google Business Profile. Now, this is assuming you have a single location business. Your Google Business Profile landing page is your home page. Now, I know you get links for your products, but the link you have from your Google Business Profile back to your website is usually always to your home page if you have a single location business. That's your Google Business Profile landing page. So, your title tag, your metas, that is, on your home page, have to match your Google Business Profile main category, okay? And your city and state abbreviation. So we used to always call this what you do and where you do it, okay? So what now I say is where you do it and what you do. But your title tag must contain your city, your state, and your main Google Business Profile category. I'll give you an example, okay? Newport, Rhode Island, plumber. Wichita, Kansas, pressure washing service. Salt Lake City, Utah, acupuncture clinic. So your title tag, It must always contain your city, state abbreviation, and your main Google Business Profile category. Your H1 also has to have your city, your state, and your main Google Business Profile category. The same thing, what you do and where you do it. Your H1 copy, that is the first few lines after your H1, that is the main section of your website, has to always contain your city, your state, and your Google Business Profile category, your main category. Always, okay? So you go to GMB Everywhere as a free version, that's fine. It'll help you pick out what your main category should be. But hey, that's the way it's got to be, okay? Now, 50% of your headers on your web page must be about what you do and where you do it, or both. The same, consistent all the way through. That's what you're doing to tell Google what your website's about. You can use GMB Everywhere to help find secondary categories and service niches. Okay, that's okay. All right. If you already have services in your website already, that's a head start. But what you're going to do is you're going to get hopefully 4 or 5 Google Business Profile secondary categories. Then you're going to break up those secondary categories by service niches. Right? Basically, a service niche is what results in a map pack if you put it into Google. All right? And then what you're going to do is go to your home page, and for every secondary category, you're going to have an H2 and 150 words on that, and then anchor text from your home page to your secondary category page. That's internal linking. What we're doing is tightening up your trust signals. If you don't know how to do this, I have videos on how to edit your Go High Level website or your Wix website. I'll be putting up a WordPress one soon. Why? Because when you put on your secondary categories and your service niches on your website, then you put and then you put them on your Google Business Profile later, Google will trust you because you mentioned these secondary categories and service niches on your website. Again, you're still at your website yet. You got to get your home page done. Put on your home page your secondary categories and your service niches so Google will trust you. Then once you get all these trust signals out of the way, then and only then you're ready to optimize your Google Business Profile. Okay? So you shouldn't touch your Google Business Profile till you get your trust signals all lined up. Otherwise, you'll get suspended, or you have to do video verification, and both of those suck. But if you do all the trust Kickstarter things first, 95 out of 100 times, you'll be fine when you go to optimize your Google Business Profile. When you go to your Google Business Profile, you fill out every box. I mean every box. What I mean by that is you put down whether you have a parking lot, or whether you have paid parking or unpaid parking, what type of bathroom you have. You fill out everything, every box, yes or no. It's got to be filled out. Everything on the Google Business Profile has to be filled out. I suggest you do the product section also. Even if you have a service business, your services are your products. You put post on it. I tell you how to do in this post. Always have posts going on it. You put photos on it. You geotag your photos. Again, this is not hard stuff, but you have to fill out your Google Business Profile in its entirety. Okay? Now, let's talk about how you actually structure your Google Business Profile. So what you do is you take all your secondary categories. Remember we talked about that. You already chose those. And then you take secondary categories and you have 4 to 5 service niches with descriptions for each of these secondary categories. Most people, when they put services on their Google Business Profile, they just list them under their main category. You don't do that. You put your service niches under your respective secondary categories. And you're going to have the same structure on your website as you do in your Google Business Profile. Okay? I call it the mirror structure. All right? Now, you take your Google Business Profile map and embed that on your home page. That's another trust signal to Google that this Google Business Profile belongs to this website because now you've embedded the map. Okay? So you're going to make 4 to 5 secondary categories. Then under each secondary category, you have respective service niches, 4 to 5 service niches. So you're going to end up with 25 or 30 total pages. You might not have to do all these. And on most of the time, you probably don't have to do these pages at all, okay? But you have to have them lined up so if you have to do them. So then you do the mirror structure I'm telling you about. And so on all your landing pages, all your secondary categories, they have their own landing page on your website. I would do those first. And then what you're doing, you send in trust signals to Google that, hey, we do all these secondary categories, we do all these service niches, all the service niches for that secondary category, you put on that secondary category page, and then you also match it with the title tag, your H1 and the H1 copy, and the H2s exactly the way you did the home page. Let's suppose your secondary category is air conditioning repair service. So your title tag is going to be your city name, Albany, New York, and air conditioning repair service. It's going to be in the title tag. On your H1 is going to be Albany, New York, and air conditioning repair service. Your H1 copy, that is the words right under your main section, your H1 is going to also have Albany, New York, and air conditioning repair service. You do that again and again, so then 50% of your H2s on the page must contain either what you do and where you do it. What you do, air conditioning repair service, and where you do it, Albany, New York. Okay, that's what you do for all your secondary category pages. In fact, that's what you do for all your service niche pages. You get it all lined up so you're telling Google what this page is about, what this secondary category is about, and you go down and do that on all of them. Okay, to show Google what your website's about. So all the metas, that is the title tags, the H1s, and the H1 copy, and the headers, all that, that's telling Google what your page is about. Second way to tell you Google what your page is about is having the right schema. Schema is like code telling Google and also ChatGPT, as it turns out, what your website's about. So you need organization schema, local business schema, web page schema, breadcrumb schema, FAQ schema, maybe even product schema. So that's what you're doing, is you're telling Google what your website's about. Okay? It's super important. Okay? You make sure you have the right schema on your page. Let's talk about link structure. That's the key that brings all this together, is the link structure. Remember, your meta, that is your title tags, your headers, your H1s and all that, that tells Google what your page is about. Your schema tells Google what your page is about. And your schema also helps tell Google what your website's about. But your link structure, that's what brings it all together. That has to match your Google Business Profile. So your website is linked exactly the same way your Google Business Profile is linked. From your Google Business Profile, your home page, down to your secondary category pages, and then to your service niche pages. Let me break this down for you because it's super important. Okay? Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, well, I have my nav bar, and I have a nav bar that tells what the services are, that tells this, but that passes no link juice. Okay? You need to have your links on your page itself, and usually you want to use anchor text to link your pages. So let me tell you what I mean by that. Okay? So your home page is going to link to your secondary category pages. That's it. You're not going to link them to anything else. And then what I suggest you have is you have a service page that also links to your secondary category pages. Okay? So it's going to have two links coming to your secondary category pages. From your home page, your Wayne Google Business Profile category page, to your secondary category pages, and then from your service page to your secondary category pages. You want to use anchor text linking those. All right? I'll do a whole video about that, but just go with me here, okay? So then when you get to your secondary category page, you have to link from your secondary category page, reciprocal links, back to your home page. So, okay, let's suppose your main category is HVAC contractor. So then you're going to have a link coming from your HVAC contractor page over to your air conditioning repair service page. And also your furnace repair service page, or your air duct cleaning page, whatever your secondary categories are. But from your secondary category page, that is your air duct cleaning page or your air conditioning repair service page, you also link back to your home page with a link saying, hey, HVAC contractor. That is, You have anchor text and a link so Google knows what your structure is. Then when you get to your secondary category page, suppose that's air conditioning repair service, then what you want to do is link there to your service niche pages. So you're going to have 4 to 5 service niche pages. Remember we had that back on our Google Business Profile. Well, your exact same structure and linking is going to be on your home page. So then you link from your secondary category pages out to your service niche pages, and then from your service niche pages back to your secondary category pages. Are you with me? That shows Google your internal linking and the structure, internal structure of your website, and we're going to mirror the structure in the Google Business Profile. This is huge, all right? This is the juice that pulls it all together, is this internal linking, and it is the structure, okay? Now, let's talk about PBN links. There's 2 schools of thought here. First, each secondary category page and each service niche page needs their own PBN link. Okay, so we're just trying to show Google that these are pages that deserve to be indexed. Remember, these people are putting out 8 zillion trillion pages at once out there, and Google just won't index them. But if you have PBN links to them, boom, that'll help you get indexed. Now, the second school of thought is, hey, if it's already indexed, I don't need a PBN link. You know, you could do that. Other people say, hey, every secondary category, every service niche needs a PBN link. They're what, 20, 30 bucks? It's not super expensive, but I recommend you do it. Okay, now let's talk about the next step, local authority boost. This is the part that everyone skips and everyone screws up. Okay, local link building are signals that tell Google that you matter in your city and that you have a local business. Let me sort of back up here. This thing called rank and rent sites, right? Basically what they are is people who go out and put up a website. Okay, let's say it's on plumbing, or let's say it's on roofing, or it could be about anything. They put up a website, and what they do is they get it ranked. These people are really good at getting their website ranked. These are professional website builders, and they come in all over the country and get websites ranked. And it's called rank and rent. And then what they do is they get calls coming in, and they sell those leads to other businesses. You probably have heard, you had people get a hold of you and say, hey, you want to buy leads. 9 out of 10 times, if that's not one of these Yelp type things, it's a rank and rent. Okay? And so what they're doing is they're trying to get on Google Map Pack, and then they sell the leads. Called rank and rent. Well, let me tell you the problem with that for Google, it's huge. Because Google doesn't want you to rank your business. Google wants you to buy ads from them. They don't want you to be on that Map Pack. Now, they know people are going to search for that, but they're really bummed out at these rank and rent because they're getting your money, the rank and rent people, instead of Google. So what does Google do? Google says, hey, we're going to make our algorithm so it's harder for these rank and rent sites to get on the Map Pack. And the way they do that is by local authority, that is local link building. So you have to build local relevance so you outrank the competition, not just in your zip code, but also for your service area, okay? So this is the key thing, is if you're not ranking already, now let me sort of back up. You do all the things I tell you to do. If you have either in a smaller market and something other than a big city or a pretty decent sized city, or you're not in some real super competitive niche like a chiropractor or a plastic surgeon or personal injury lawyer, chances are you're probably already ranking just doing what I've said already. You may not have to do these local backlinks. But if you're not already ranking and you're a competitive niche or a pretty decent sized city, you're going to have to do local backlinks. And this is what I see people skipping on all the time. Hey, I did all this stuff. Why would I need to do local backlinks? Because you do, okay? You do. You have to prove to Google you have a trustworthy business. So what am I talking about? A Chamber of Commerce link. I know some businesses go out and get 4 or 5 Chamber of Commerce links. Problem is, the Chamber of Commerce link could be $600. Cheap ones are $200 or even $800. So you shop around. You usually find cheaper ones if you just look around. If it's within 30 miles of your business, you're probably pretty good just getting a cheaper one. That's it. Okay. And also you want local links from local entities. So what am I talking about? Farmers market, link back to your site. A Little League, link back to your site. A Pony League, a Hockey League, or whatever. Local PTAs are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful local backlinks. Okay? Get one of those links, you pay them, they sponsor, they put a link, they put your name on their site, name, address, and phone number if you're lucky, NAP, and then they link back to your website. That's fantastic. Local community college, oh my gosh, the only thing better than the PTA, the local elementary school, the middle school, is the local community college. That is, the EDU links are fantastic. Then you get a Better Business Bureau link. I mean, they're all right. They're not do follow links, and I know I'm getting techie on you guys, but they're still helpful. Okay? So, with the local backlinks, you're trying to show you have local ties and you have a local trustworthy business. Okay? Now, here's the kicker that most people don't do, is the conversion. All right? So, let's talk about that a second. 95% of all businesses aren't going to be doing all the things I told you about because they just don't know. But if you want to go ninja here, you do conversion engine 2. This is the part where you destroy all the local businesses around you. Okay? So all the stuff I told you about now gets you on the map back, gets your higher rankings. The reviews get people to call you. But the second thing to get people to call you, besides reviews, and nothing's more important than reviews, guys, as far as getting people to call you, is the secret sauce is your conversion. So let's talk about that. I don't want to get too far in the weeds here on conversion. That is getting people to actually call you. Again, nothing's more important than the number of Google reviews you have. But your website isn't about you or your niche. Okay? I'm not suggesting if you're a plumber you shouldn't have a picture of you and your team on there, so that helps build trust too. That helps also show Google it's a real business, not one of these ranking sites. Okay? Your website's got to be about your customers or clients' dream outcome. Okay? So if you're an acupuncture clinic, you're not selling needles, guys. I hate to tell you this. You're selling people being pain-free, getting their life back, riding their bike, playing with their kids, running, walking in the park. Now this is all Dan Kennedy 101. You're selling them their dreams. Or as Alex Hormozi says, it's not the plane ride, it's the vacation. So all these people want to have their local website be, let's say you're an acupuncture person, about we do this needle thing, or we do, if you're a chiropractor, we do this adjustment, or if you're a plumber, hey, we turn the pipes better. No, that's not it. It's got to be not about the plane ride. See, it's got to be about the vacation, not the plane ride, as Alex says. Okay? You don't want to talk about the TSA lines, the hassles of traveling, that is how long it took to get to the airport. You want to talk about the walk on the beach, the tropical island, the Mai Tais, the ocean. So it's the same with your business. So if your dream outcome is people saying riding their bike, whatever, that's what you got to show them on your website. Is people being pain-free riding their bike, or people not having headaches, or people having, outside enjoying their backyard or the pool with their family and having all the kids over. That's what it's all about, is showing that dream outcome. So no one does all this but you now. This is all to help you have the best business, you to be on Google Maps, and so people trust you when you're on Google Maps, they actually call your business. So hey, if you like this video, I appreciate if you like and subscribe. All right, so most local websites are broken. Most local Google business profiles are broken. So now you know how to fix yours. Do this right, and Google rewards you. If you want to take shortcuts, you want to get it done for you or whatever, keep watching. I'm going to show you on all my videos how to get ranked on Google Maps. Okay? My video is going to show you how to get more business and more customers. So thanks for watching. Hey, Billy D here. Hey, this is all about your family. It's all about you doing, your family having a better life than you did. And hey, when you get home at night, hug your wife, hug your husband, give your kids a kiss, take the dog for a walk, help clean up the house a little bit. Hey, it's all about your family. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.